So let me very briefly, in the time that we have, uh, take that conversation that we just have, Junaid was just having, and just before the panel, and we in GEAPP have now started internalizing it as a tipping point. That something that you very eloquently mentioned, 367 million, getting you leveraging 72 billion is a financial tipping point. And we would like to say that yes, there are tipping points. What can a small little capital of GEAPP can do to unravel those tipping points? We also recognize that these tipping points are not universal. The Indian tipping points are materially different from Nigeria and so on and so forth. But our quest is to help the countries find those tipping points. What are those tipping points? Some of them have happened in the country, easy to understand. Renewable energy becoming lower than fossil fuel. Many places it has, many other places that work needs to be done. One of the most important tipping points that we feel need to we accelerate much more is the battery energy storage. That's clearly something that will inhibit large-scale deployment of renewable energy if we don't act upon it now. And let me mention that we have in GEAPP a Global Leadership Council, which is chaired by the Prime Minister of Norway. And one of the things that we have taken up as a mission, on a mission mode, if I may be allowed to use the government term, is to create a consortium for best partners, where we are encouraging countries, utilities to come up and say that we would like to do a gigawatt hour of storage in the next X number of years. And what we provide in support is a lot of technical assistance, a lot of concessional finance, because we know in order for the batteries to reach tipping points, we need concessional finance. Others are we all know $1 per kg of green hydrogen is something that is being worked about. Now, what is in the South-South theme that we are today talking about? What can we learn from each other? This country itself, and many speakers, the Honorable Minister in the morning mentioned about one of the largest tipping point that at least I have seen in my life is the renewable energy, from 22 cents into 2011 to about 3 cents in the next 5 years is phenomenal. We've seen this in many other examples, including the LED bulbs, where in 2 years' time, the bulb prices crashed from $4 to less than 50 cents here in this country. Is there a way these tipping points can be tailored for many other countries? And we call this in our internal language a scalable solution. How can a scalable solution that has worked in India, it has worked, let's say, in Africa, can it be exported with some changes, with a similar impact, similar application elsewhere in the world? For instance, we also talk about the fact that the cost of financing, and Fatih Birol talked about it, is about 4 times. One of the main reasons for this increase in cost of energy of lending is the foreign exchange risk. Can we start something on local currency lending? And again, GEAPP has been helping Myanmar. It is. In fact, I must say that today, Myanmar, we are the only institution that is in there still helping the private sector. And we are trying to organize offshore guarantees to provide local currency lending, just to make sure that the lending comes at a reasonable cost. And therefore, what our attempts are to make sure that we have these tipping points, these examples from all over the world, where we can create tailored opportunities for rest of the world. We are setting up, I'm happy to announce that we, along with the McKinsey in India, have incubated something that we are calling a Global Resource Center for Climate Action and Energy Efficiency. Essentially, this Global Resource Center is a center that will provide support to any global South country, utility, to help them replicate models that had worked very well initially to begin with in India. And then, of course, we want to increase our knowledge and our research or outside India as well. This would be a physical center. We are hoping to finalize this in the next 3 months, but we have incubated this center, and this would be available to all through the GEAPP world. So let me conclude. To achieve the climate goals, universal energy access and energy security in a reasonable time frame, it is essential to systematically identify and cross these tipping points. It requires governments, development financial institutions, businesses, philanthropies, and communities to work together. And as I said, to develop replicable solutions that can achieve these tipping points across many countries. And innovation lies at the heart of all this. So let me stop here and thank Samir and G20 Secretariat for inviting us here. Thank you.